Nigerians report that Dino Melaye and the PDP are seeking an order of mandamus to compel the Ndla to arrest and prosecute Tinubu over the alleged forfeiture of some funds in his bank account in the United States over 2 decades ago. Ndla, in his notice of preliminary objection signed and filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday, April 26, 2023, by its Director of Prosecution and Legal Services, Joseph Sunday, submitted that the application by the PDP and Melaye as first and second applicants was incompetent. The Anti-Narcotic Agency added that the court lacked the jurisdiction to entertain it and as such should be struck out. The Ndla claimed neither PDP nor Dino Melaye had the legal rights to institute the suit. The agency said the only underlying specific interest of the first applicant then becomes political. According to the Ndla, the investigation and prosecution of Tinubu were targeted at removing him as a bona fide candidate in the presidential election. The agency argued that an order of mandamus was an equitable remedy and should only be applied in good faith and should not produce an indirect or underlying result. It said, the doctrine of judicial self-restraint precludes these honorable courts from delving into matters with political coloration or matters aimed at getting direct or indirect political goals. While noting that the foundation of the PDP application was the proceeding of the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division, he said the judgment in the proceeding was given with prejudice. It added that the said proceedings and judgments have no judicial value and as such the supposed course of action of these suits as constituted is baseless and legally unsustainable. In an affidavit in support of the agency's preliminary objection, a litigation officer attached to its Directorate of Prosecution and Legal Services, Chia Depum, said that an independent agency of government saddled with the responsibility to investigate, arrest, and prosecute persons involved in drug trafficking and other related offenses in Nigeria. The Ndla had a healthy relationship with the government of the United States of America. He stated further that the name of Bola Tinubu, by whatever acronyms or combination of names, had never featured in the exchanges it had with the US. Dupont further claimed that the name of Tinubu had also not featured in the radar and database of the agency as a person arrested, investigated, or prosecuted in connection with drugs or other related offenses. The agency noted that though it relied on intelligence and information from foreign and domestic partners as well as public-spirited individuals, PDP and Melaye had never, since the establishment of the agency in 1990, made any complaint on Tinubu relating to illicit activities on drug matters until January 17, 2023. Well, when you talk about a political whatever, that is where you got it wrong. Because that is to tell you that all these people, forget them. From A to Z, all the parastatal and agencies of the government, all of them, they are not clean. They work hand in hand. It is only when you are not in their good record or good book, they will try to do as if they know how to do their work. Now, Abba Kyari is there because they wanted to prove a point and they don't want a situation whereby they are going to repatriate him also to the United States. Because recently, I of course, after Abba Kyari's case, the policeman, since after his case, we have been seeing a lot of people that the Nigerian government has been giving the US or other country free hand to extradite anybody who is involved in crime or whatever. We know, and now Abba Kyari is still in court, is still in the custody to the police, whether in prison or so. That is to tell you that there's something that he has done. So, and the same thing, and the same question we've been asking concerning this Nnamdi Kanu. Please jail Nnamdi Kanu if you know he has done anything wrong. How long does it take for you to conclude his judgment and send him to where he belongs. You can't do that. This man had not been in the country for close to God knows when. At the end of the day, you were able to go and bring him forcefully, which you even violated the law. Now, oh yeah, judge in case and I mean you put him for jail, you know go fit. And all of you that are running your mouth, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anybody who has done anything wrong, the person should face the law. Why is it that the government, they are the ones in charge of everything? They cannot do the needful and send this man to jail if you have anything against him. But for the fact that you are still keeping him on, is that what the constitution says? You are adjourning the case because you don't have anything against him. We are able to say it. So the reason why you are still keeping Abakari is because there's something he has done wrong, but you don't want to extradite him, and you are just still keeping him there. Nobody is saying anything. But we have seen a lot of people that they be extraditing because of drugs, because of fraud, because of this, because of that. Like I said, if you are not in the good record, in the good book of the government of the day, that is when you know that they are working. But if you are in their good book, they will be looking for all manner of things. Just like Ndlea is saying, if you do that, that is to tell you that it has a political undertone. What? Who cares? It is only in Nigeria you see that somebody who has committed offense, maybe why the person was at the age of maybe 30 or 40, 20 something. But you see that in a sane environment, even when you are 70 years old or you are 80 years old, they will be able to, if then you should be asking that somebody who committed that atrocity at that age, that was it that by when the person gets to 80 years, 70 years, you want to get the person, arrested or jail the person. That does not mean the time it does not matter. Or when the person is bringing the issue, it does not matter. But in Nigeria, they say, this person, now old age, you don't get old people for your house. Now, so make this country be the way it is. So if whatever happened in 2 decades ago, and they are just bringing the case, did it happen or not? That is what is important, because a lot of things must have been going on why the case has not really been dealt with. But for you to say it has a political undertone, what it concern you, you don't do it. So another breath is that if they are still telling us, because they said, oh, they don't have what it takes or whatever, maybe based on that. But even the so-called Ndlea and the PDP, if they know that they don't have what it takes to institute that case, why should we not do that? Did their lawyer not advise them? We have to look things from various angles. Until when we are neutral, when we are not here or there, we say things the way they are. That is when this country will move forward. If not, we go nowhere. I pray that me, God forbid, I'm loyal to anybody. I can be loyal to, I'm not even going to be loyal to you. We can just appreciate you for being on the side of the people, for making things at least to be a bit okay for the people. Not that. And the day when you do anyhow, you see anyhow, this will be where they talk to her. The day we go cross the red line, we go drag on. We don't get time. Nobody gets time. Unless you that you don't know your worth. If somebody does fine, yes, you appreciate the person. Not that you are going to be loyal to a fault. That is the problem we have in this country. You can hear the statements made by Ndlea. God forbid bad thing, we are loyal to people to a fault that yes, we can't even be able to reason, we cannot be able to hold our ground and say, no, this is it. God forbid bad thing. If you're in that category, sorry is your name.